they're not going to be able to see you zip. But you're trying to figure out what am I doing. Bruh, I figure out how to fuck with this. Do you need to go outside or something? Don't be barking because I can't either. I wanted to do um, a quick reading since it's a new moon today. I was actually guided to do one yesterday, but tired. I actually just got back from work not too long ago, so I'm gonna use my oracles, but I'm gonna start with the moon. Sending love, light, healing vibrations. Angels, ancestors of the highest possible good, I welcome you. Spirit, any door that is not of you, I ask that you shut and close. Any black magic, hexes, curses, evil eyes, and back to sender times 3. I welcome only love and light, as well as love and gratitude. And step back out into the universe. That's 10. Whatever you would like for the collective to know. One card, I was trying to flip it up. Bring love into the situation. Whatever you would like for the collective to know. Allow this message to be clear and concise. Okay, that's a lot of cards. So it's 4 from that. Let's see what Tarot wants to say. I'm gonna have to open the door for my dog in a minute. Whatever you would like the collective to know, this new moon spirit, allow this message to be clear and concise. Allow me to pick up on the energy of the collective. Allow me to read for the energy of the collective. Do not allow me to put on my energy. Energy for the collective. What you need them to know. What they should know for this new moon. What's the energy for the collective? Okay. other deck was I gonna use? I haven't done this in a minute. Go sit down somewhere. Go. My allergies have been bothering me. Angels, what would you like to know? Bless me. Bless me. That didn't take long at all. I popped out right away for angels. Alright, lastly, we're gonna close it out with and try to make this a quick reading. What would you like the collective to know for this new moon? Okay, I think 3 cards count. I knew they weren't going in the same direction. I haven't used these cards in so long. Well, I've been using them frequently. Okay. That's what we're gonna close it out with. Most time when community is my vessel, however you see fit, allow this message for the collective to be clear and concise. Allow me to translate this message to the best of my ability. It was like 4 cards from, let me get a water really quick. May this message find whoever it needs to. Bye. Make sure you're drinking your water. All right. So, first card for the collective from the moon is expect a powerful change. So whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're going through, there's going to be changes underway if it's not already happening. Conclusions are within reach, which means there is light at the end of the tunnel. I feel like these go hand in hand because for the first card to be expect powerful change, and you see where it's like the moon is being illuminated by the sun, which means the sun is coming, the light is coming. Whatever darkness you've been facing, whatever silent battles you've been going through, you're not alone. You haven't been fighting anything on your own. You haven't been going through anything on your own. Sometimes it's easy to feel like you are alone. It's easy to feel like you've been trying to handle business and take care of everything by yourself. You know, you're lonesome, but just know that conclusions are coming into play. and it's going to get better before you know it. Take time to breathe out. So make sure you are, I would say, practicing slow, deep breathing. Breathing exercises actually help you ground. They help you with alignment. They help you just release any kind of anxiousness or anxiety that you could be dealing with in the moment, or even triggers. So make sure you're practicing exercises that can help you release any overwhelmness that, you know, tries to overtake your mind, body, soul, whether it's spiritual, emotional, mental, because it ties into physical. And then at the end of the day, just make sure you're surrendering to the divine, because you're not supposed to be carrying any loads, even burdens, right? We all have things that we have to deal with, but it's kind of like once you carry or allow acceptance into the picture, just surrender whatever weights have been, you know, on your shoulders, on your back, on your mind, you know, keeping you from getting a good night's rest, keeping you from, you know, enjoying the present moment the way you could, the way you should, and the way you ought to be. Whenever trouble starts to, you know, trickle into your mental space, and it happens more often than we think. Some people can deal with multiple things at once. Some people, you know, delegate it. Some people are able to just handle one thing at a time. And wherever you fall into the, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. Let me ground. Wherever you fall at on the totem pole, just make sure you're giving yourself grace to handle, you know, whatever comes your way. And don't expect everything to get solved in one day or to be solved overnight. You just do what you can, take it one step, one day at a time, and make sure you're breathing in and out. It's very easy to get overwhelmed. So that's all I have for the Moon's Tarot. It was really just 2 cards. Let me see what's at the bottom of the stack. 6 of Cups. So that talks about nostalgia, simplicity, and innocence. Just make sure you're staying connected to your inner child, because 3 in the chat actually. Your inner child is like an inner compass as well as your intuition, and it helps guides you on your journey. For those who understand the power of listening to the voice within, that's your inner light, right? That's your best friend. Sometimes we can feel things before we see things, right? We're dealing with things spiritually before it manifests into the physical. And if something is for you, you'll be able to pick up on that energy, on that vibration, on that frequency. If something is not for you, you'll also be able to tell as well. The 2 biggest things that have been coming into play for me these past couple of years is just basically energetic wise, either you will feel happy and energized, or you'll feel drained and uncomfortable. To each its own, and just make sure you're paying attention to what your body, is trying to communicate to you, what your body is trying to tell you, and how your body speaks to you. 2 of Pentacles. I know that this card is about making a decision. So whoever you are, you may be at a crossroads and you're trying to figure out what direction to go in next, or what is your best option, right? So to speak. Maybe you should consider the pros and the cons. Maybe you should outweigh, or you should weigh out whether or not if there's any benefit to either of the decisions that you, or options. You have to make a decision, but for either options that you're presented with or you're given, take in mind, what is going to bring you longevity versus, anything or something that is short-lived, or something for the moment, unless that is what your goal is, to get satisfied in the moment. Some people don't think about the bigger picture at the end of the day. Sometimes they just want right here, right now, instant gratification. So it all depends on whether or not if you're being ego-driven, prideful, or you're looking to be soul-led and soul-fed, on a bigger scale. So with those considerations to take into mind, I would just say something that came to me, or something that somebody said to me maybe the other day. Sometimes you need to take a step back from whatever situation it is. Look at it from a different perspective. Pay attention to how you respond, how you react, and how it makes you feel. And just lead with love, lead with peace, lead with consideration. And I hope and pray you make the best decision for yourself, because there's 2 coins in this illustration. Well, 2 pentacles. So just make sure you are taking the time to consider yourself, because sometimes it's so easy to consider people, places, and things, outside influences around us. But make sure whatever decision you make is serving your highest possible good. Sorry, I'm a little tired and my allergies have been bothering me, so I want to get this message out to the best of my ability. Somebody probably also needs to work on, I want to say it's the root chakra, because if you can kind of see, this is like red right here. So just make sure you're nourishing your mind, your body, and your soul, because this world is constantly on the go. It's so easy to get caught up in forward movement and just trying to do multiple things at once and handle everything and juggle everything and be there for everyone and show up for people. Take a pause, reflect, take time out for yourself. Make sure you are taking care of yourself, because when it's all said and done, you do not want to feel like you missed out on pouring into you the way you could have been, because nobody's going to do it for you the way you can. And 10 of Cups, if I can remember, I believe this card is about blessings, harmony, and triumphing. I'm gonna double check. Blessings, harmony, and teamwork. Okay, so I was on the right track. So whatever you've been doing, keep up the great work. You have a lot of abundance coming in, pouring in, getting ready to come in, if it hasn't already revealed itself to you. And just continue to plant the seeds that you want to see blooming at the end of the day, like nourishing your garden, basically. And then I'm gonna just double check on the 2. Hustling, flexibility, balance. Yeah. So what I failed to mention in this card, well, I probably said it in like other words, but the main word is balance. Whatever decision you make based off of your options, make sure you are able to bring balance into the picture. You know, it's something that's going to keep you level-headed, and it's going to keep you focused rather than put your mind elsewhere, or like shifting your attention to somewhere when you could be using it for something else. And live without fear. Okay, what was the other? Oh, okay. So we got 2 cards from the Fairy Oracle. Bear with me, you guys. I've been up since like 4:30ish this morning, so I'm ready to lay down, but I need to take a shower first. I think I'm gonna use this. Ouch. I'm gonna use this in a minute, so I'm gonna just put this to the side. Okay, so the first card is 26. Balance. So that's a reoccurring word. A fairy gently dances across a strand of a spider's web. An insect kneels behind her. A spider plays on the cello off to the right of the web. Beneath her appears a secondary web, a safety net, to catch the fairy if she falls. Meaning, life is full of moments where we are asked to balance ourselves. We balance between work and play, taking time for ourselves and being with friends, and the list goes on. If you have drawn this card today, find your balance on the rope of life. Uncover what is out of balance and what you need to set yourself straight again and keep going. Okay, so hi, sending you love, light, healing vibrations. Thank you for tuning in, Illusions. So with balance, the card just basically stated in confirmation, going back to the Two of Pentacles, make sure you are grounding. You even allow yourself to remain open for realignment if you get out of alignment, and you take it one step, one day at a time. Accept hardship is the pathway to happiness. Use the prayer, the serenity prayer, serenity to accept what you cannot change, courage to change what you can, and wisdom to know the difference, because life can get very hectic. It's very easy to be pulled in many different directions at once, and to play many different roles, and to carry many different titles, and to just, be there and be in many different places, be there for other people, but make sure you are tuning into yourself, and the same attention that you give outward for other people, places, and things, give it to you, because you're your most important character. And sometimes we don't treat ourselves as such until, maybe we get sick or something happens or something important comes up. And it's like, no, aside from those things, you have to, if you don't take care of yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. So before you get sick, before something important comes up, before, something drastic has to come into play in your life to get your attention to slow down and stop and smell the roses, take a moment to pause, to sit with yourself, and to reflect, and just to, give yourself unconditional love, grace, mercy, the same way you would pour into someone else. Make sure you're pouring into you, because this world moves very, very fast. And once you get out of whack, within, it spills into other areas of your life. It just shows up a little differently. Whoever I'm speaking to, or whoever this message is for, you may need to drink more water. Water is good for grounding, water is good for recharging, water is good for calming your nervous system down, water is good for helping you maintain your vitality, water is good for keeping you awake, keeping you present, and helping your body, your physical vessel stay hydrated. So what's the second card? So the second card was 20. And I know you might not be able to see this illustration perfectly clear because there's like a glare and I have to get my camera fixed, but it's a lot going on in this illustration. Like, it's like a fall from grace or something. This was like, I think, the rabbit hole, black hole the characters fell down into, and there's more than one character in this illustration. Again, I know it's kind of hard to tell because it's a lot going on in this picture. But it talks about demise. And I'm not doing questions right now. Maybe I'll do another live later and I'll answer questions. So maybe come back in the future. Just not right now. This is just what the collective, what I was guided to share for the collective in regards to the new moon today. So take the message if it resonates, and if it doesn't, just release it. Don't try to force it if it doesn't sound like your story. So balance again was the first card, and now the second card is demise. So a hole from the surface causes unsuspecting fairies to tumble down onto the hard, dark surface below. One horned Pan is just now understanding his predicament. Without a secure route to head out, the fairies must band together or face their demise, just like the skeletons surrounding them. Meaning, another cautionary card. Demise warns you to watch your step. Be careful, be mindful of your surroundings, otherwise you might meet your downfall. So, I feel like this goes hand in hand with balance, right? If you do not maintain balance, if you do not practice balancing things out in your life, it's very easy to fall into a rut. It's very easy to get swallowed up, with your daily task, your daily responsibilities, your daily chores, your daily duties. So make sure you're taking time out to practice being more present, to practice being more aware, to practice just being more right here, right now, in the now. Because you don't want to allow yourself to get caught up when all you had to do is listen, to whatever spiritual nudges, whatever you're being guided to do, whatever is being asked of you. I believe that was all from the fairies, yeah. And I'm going to just reread really quick the 3 main things it said in regards to demise. Be mindful of your surroundings. Be careful. Otherwise, you might meet your downfall. And that's easier said than done. But my mom always has said, it's easy to get into trouble, but hard as heck to get out. So that within itself has made me be a very simple soul that tries to avoid anything that tries to disrupt my peace, remove my peace, bring chaos, bring conflict, drama that is trying to invade the peace that I've worked so hard to maintain, I just go in the opposite direction. I've learned how to, rather than entertain or go toe to toe or even waste my breath trying to prove my innocence or my point, I've learned how to go in the opposite direction. I've learned how to avoid things, and I've learned how to just simply call my energy back to myself. I know what is my energy, what's not my energy. I know the energy that I put out. I know the energy that I don't put out. I go in the opposite direction because sometimes you don't even have to say anything. You can feel it, you can see it, you can smell it, you can hear it. You just know. Okay, it was like 4 cards that came out from the angels. So, first card that the angels want to warn you about is Angel of Deception. There's a lot of that going on. I did not want this to be a long reading, but it is what it is. At least I have a little bit of battery. Oh, it was right there. Okay. So, first card the angels wants you to know about is Angel of Deception. Ariel. While Samyaza created the flax of truth, Sathariel spun it into thread and wove it into the very reality around him. Beyond his smoothly guided words and expressive gestures, his skin itself brought his tales to life. He was interesting. I don't believe I said that word correctly. Interesting. The patterns of his wings would flex and flow with his impersonations, making his performances irresistible to watch. Domain, lies, drama, illusions. Card meaning. Drawing this card is an opportunity to consider the ways in which you might deceive others and the ways in which you might deceive yourself. The mask we wear may shield us from the harshness of the world around us, but they also function as a gateway to descend into roads that shade our authentic selves from the conscious mind. Be wary of the stories you tell about yourself. So, you can use your energy, your power, your vitality, your words, because everything is magic, right? You can either use it for the highest possible good, which is speaking life into yourself, or you can use it for a more lower vibration, a more negative vibration, a more not so positive vibration, and that would be the opposite of feeding yourself life. Essentially, if you speak death over yourself or another person, place, or thing, you're essentially speaking. My dog is sleeping. You're essentially speaking low vibrations and just unhealthiness over other things if you use that other option, which is not speaking life, it's speaking death. So be mindful of what you say, the words you use, what you tell yourself, what you tell others, what you're feeding yourself, what you're watching, what you're entertaining, what you're calling in, what you're putting out, what you're welcoming in. The next card is the Miser. The Miser. Torio. From From atop the mountain, none could touch the great Toriel. His spoils were his alone. Rare things, beautiful things, sights, smells, and textures of grand pleasure. No one in the world had a collection like this, none other than him. Under his throne, he crafted a great hall. A stone table displayed a feast on 100 gold platters and a single chair seated at its head. Toriel stared out over a vast display of rotting food and pondered his next hunt. Card meaning. There is no shame in allowing yourself to indulge in pleasure. This card may be a sign that you can justify your recent gains. Hold on to your treasures and release your guilt. One cannot survive on pity alone. There are bold sensations in this world waiting for us. There is no reason to deny them. So, with this card, I would just say it's nothing wrong with treating yourself. It's nothing wrong with, being interested in the finer things of life, but also know that sometimes the finer things in life are the most simplest things in life, right? Just keep consideration in mind. Whatever you touch, it's going to touch you back. Whatever you put out, it's going to find its way back to you, so on and so forth. I feel like this card is very self-explanatory. Next card is the Angel of Sacrifices. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but the Angel of Sacrifices. Okay. Beloved by many, Aziel acted as a guest in a stranger's home. Always sensitive to the needs of others, he did what he could to repay his welcome on earth. He taught humanity how to forge swords and tutored them in the wielding their power with respect. Throughout the first years of Angelarium, he never wavered in his dedication to enriching the lives of people he encountered. Despite the depth of his efforts, Aziel was the first to be blamed when the catastrophe began. With the world's trust broken, every bit of goodwill he had built was traded for an equal amount of resentment. Domain, trust, blame, punishment. Card meaning. To see this card is to know that there is a higher purpose calling to you. It asks you, what are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals? There is wisdom in attempting to find these answers, but there is folly in fetishizing. I don't know if I said that word correctly. I told you guys I'm tired, so bear with me. Fetishizing one's own self-destruction. Compromise is needed to not lose too much in pursuit of a righteous cause. So, whatever your intuition tells you, or whatever spirit communicates to you, or whatever nature reveals to you, or whatever gets placed in your heart, which is essentially your soul, whatever gets asked of you, just know that a sacrifice will have to be made. Sacrifices aren't ever hardly in vain, even if we don't understand the bigger picture at hand. Sometimes understanding comes later, or sometimes it never does, but you still have to just be faithful and steadfast with honoring, whatever calling is placed in you. But also, don't do it to your detriment, right? You want to make sure that before you can agree to something, before you can answer something, before you can sign up for something, make sure you are taking care of yourself and you're nourishing yourself first. And the last card from the angels, Chazikiel, is Angel of the Mist. Chazikiel loved his home in the sky, but reluctantly followed his brethren to earth. He loved them too much to be left behind, but he couldn't bring himself to fully commit to a corporeal body. Unwilling to fully descend and unable to ascend, he was left to exist between worlds. He lived dissatisfied with his own existence, avoiding confrontation with the reality of what he was. Domain is grief, depression, obsession. Card meaning: despair creeps up slowly and seductively. The romance of sadness brings us into its embrace and shields our eyes from the light in the world. If you are drawing this card, ask yourself if your vision has narrowed. Peer beyond the fog. Look for a glimmer in the distance rather than the shadows at your feet. No matter how tight the walls close, the larger world is always still out there. So sometimes things happen, whether it be blessings or something unfortunate or something drastic, right? Or something just like an inconvenience. Everything plays a role with realignment, with alignment, with, pushing us in a direction that we're ultimately supposed to be in or supposed to go. And sometimes without these things happening and taking place and occurring in our lives, we would be, waiting ducks, waiting for a chance to cross the road safely rather than taking a risk. Because the reality of it is sometimes you can't really necessarily wait. Sometimes you have to you can't wait for the perfect time, for the right moment, for, everything to just line up the way it's supposed to. Sometimes you have to gather what you have and go. And with that being said, you may feel like the picture that you're painting or the things that you've been working on or manifesting on bringing into fruition, you may feel like certain things are missing, but the truth is once you get going, things will fall into place the way that they're supposed to. You're not going to understand every single thing. You're not going to understand things that are going on behind the scenes, but just know that things work out for your highest possible good, especially as long as you keep your intentions pure. A way will be made and doors will open for you, because what the Most High has in store for you, there is no entity, no lower vibration, nothing, of ill intention that can keep you from entering these doors that get opened by the Most High, for you. And then last 3 cards. So, free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Gaia. Connect to the pulse of Mother Earth. She will guide you through this time of change. And that is all I have for you, collective, in regards to this new moon. I'm sending you love, light, healing vibrations. Good luck on your journey. Good luck at whatever point you are in or on in your path. And good luck with everything that you're trying to do. Thank you for tuning in. Sending you love, light, healing vibrations.